Okay, so Climategate, or the Climate Research Unit email controversy, began in November 2009. A server at the Climate Research Unit, or CRU, at the University of East Anglia was hacked by an external attacker. This unknown individual or group breached the server and copied thousands of emails and computer files to many locations on the internet. Climate change critics and others denied that human-caused climate change is a real thing, and they alleged that it was a conspiracy because the scientists were manipulating the climate data. The CRU rebutted back and stated that the emails were taken out of context and that they were an exchange of ideas. So, when looking at the controversy, there are many ethical questions involved. I feel like both sides are obviously going to want to win the argument, and we talked about that in class, how they may skew the information or leave out some things so they sound better because they want to win the battle. So obviously both sides want to be believed, but are they ethical? When looking at whether they're ethical or not, I looked at what they're getting out of it. Are they telling the whole truth, or are they skewing the information? And are they interested in the public or society as a whole? So first, looking at those that deny, or the critics to the controversy. I feel like they were misinterpreting the information in the emails because they are not fully aware of what the scientists' intentions were, especially due to the fact that the emails were supposed to be private and they weren't supposed to be seen by the public eye. They weren't supposed to be published on the internet. They weren't supposed to be seen. So I feel like that's unethical. And I also feel like denying the problem and misleading the public that it's no big deal, it's not a problem, is unethical in itself as well. In class, we talked about Niehoff and the government official and how he debated on more of a congressional matter. He explained that climate change should still be debated, and he also stated that 63% of forecasters think that it is natural and not human-made. So essentially saying that climate change isn't human-induced. But we also talked about in class how, or what is his agenda? Who is he talking to? He's talking to a courtroom full of government officials. He's talking to the president. You know, where do we want to spend our money? He's thinking about whether this debate is, he thinks that we should still debate on it, but it isn't human induced, so kind of denying that fact is unethical. And then what is he getting out of it? What is he thinking about? Is he thinking about the public? And we kind of talked about how we didn't think that he was thinking about the public, that he was just selectively exposing that audience at that moment to the things that were going to make his argument obviously sound better. Just he showed, one graph, and he was thinking more about not informing, but rather how his argument was going to help him in his agenda. So next, moving on to the scientists and their ethics within the controversy. I feel like withholding the information that is so vital to society and that could change our lives as a whole is unethical as well. We want to believe the scientists because obviously the research is longitudinal and it's a lot, and a lot of us don't understand it. The recording of the data and the facts, that's all within their job, their prestige. We want to believe them. But I do believe that withholding the information does discredit the scientists, and it is questionable. We talked in class, and we watched a lot of videos, including Katherine Hayhoe, NASA, the Vikings MGM, like all of those, and the agenda did seem to more or less inform the public, but they are one-sided, so I think that they were more or less trying to inform the public with their statistics and with their data, but withholding that information is also unethical during the controversy as well, the scientists. But I do feel like the YouTube videos and, talking about the controversy, talking about what side they stand on, but informing on both sides is more of an ethical perspective on how to take this controversy. I feel like it's healthy to question both sides and open the problem up to the public and educate society about the facts, the cold hard facts. We also talked about discussing forcing, and I feel like we should open up the discussion to the public and make the public aware that it is a problem, because that is obvious. Both of them can agree that climate change is a problem, but the cause is where the controversy comes in. Both sides must reach a middle ground, and in that climate change is a problem, and then look at the facts. I feel like it's a duty for government officials and for scientists and other leaders to tell the whole truth. So tell credible facts, data, statistics, whatever, but also don't withhold the truth, and also take into consideration the other side. And it's also the public's duty to become more educated, and I feel like this will open up a dialogue for the problem, and both sides can argue ethically more about the cause of climate change. Thank you.